I'm Doug Massi, and this is a true training video with some very important information at the end. Today, I'm going to ask for your help. In the comment area below, I would love to hear from you. Well, one, why you're watching our channel, and two, what can I do to make this channel better for you? Nowadays, people just don't want to answer the phone. The thing is, if they don't recognize your number, and look, it's for good reason too. I mean, you got the telemarketers, the scam artists, the insurance agents. What? Seriously guys, in the video, I'm gonna share with you 3 tricks that are gonna get more people to answer the phone than you're absolutely used to. I'll touch on things like, well, 1, how to get your phone number off of that scam likely list, and this is only going to work for those of you who are legitimately calling people who have requested information about the products you're selling. 2, a simple technique that I use to get a lot of folks to answer the phone, well, on my appointment setting days that is. And 3, a really good non-intrusive message that you're going to leave on the prospect's voicemail that's going to absolutely get them to either, well, call you back immediately, or will leave them curious enough to answer the phone the next time that you call. Oh, and in case you didn't know, likes are absolutely free. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of my appointment setting super file, which has appointment setting scripts for calling all kinds of leads, and even a script on how I overcome objections while setting appointments. Let's get the scam likely thing out of the way. So, you got yourself a little bit of a nightmare if that's showing up when you're calling to set appointments for life insurance or Medicare Advantage or even like real estate sales. Thankfully, there is a website called transparency.com. You go here, you sign up or register, and what they're going to do is validate that you are a legitimate business, and then what calltransparency.com will do is they will verify that the phone number that you are calling from is legitimately used and not used by, I don't know, some scammer or rip-off person. Here's the thing. Normal folks like you that are selling insurance and returning people's calls or basically replying to information that they requested, there's no reason for you to be on this list. And the way it works is once this is done, what they'll do is they'll take you off of most of the bigger telephone carriers' scam likely list. And what that'll do is immediately get more people to answer the phone for you. Let's get into the phone day and exactly what I do to get more people to answer the phone when I'm calling through my leads. Now, it doesn't matter what you're selling. Some of the things I'm about to share with you, well, you may think to be a little bit much, but let me assure you guys, there is a reason that I was the #1 top producing final expense agents 4 years in a row for a couple of different insurance carriers. Remember, I'm a broker, so back then I was selling a bunch of companies. Meanwhile, I was beating out the captive agents for those companies too. Why is this important? Well, because this wouldn't have happened if I didn't use the techniques that I'm about to share with you right now. First, make sure to dial through all of your direct mail leads no less than 8 to 10 times every single day. Now, hold on guys. You're actually going to be dialing through the leads around 20 times a day because, hold on. I know you're like, what? You're going to need to double tap or triple tap each lead each time you dial through them. In other words, you dial lead number 1, and then when they don't answer, you wait like 5 seconds, and then you hit the redial. And if they don't answer again, you do the same thing again. Then you just move on to the next lead. I suggest you double dial each lead during maybe like your first set of calls, then triple dial during the second set, double tap the third round, triple the fourth, and so on and so on. Remember guys, we call it a phone day for a reason. You should be working the phone all day. You're calling a couple times in the morning, a couple times around lunchtime, let's say, a couple more times during the early afternoon, then again in the early evening, and maybe even one last time later in the evening. And FYI guys, I've gotten some of the best sales from people that I call between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. Now, some seniors do work, and this is important, the ones that work are often the best people to sell to no matter what you're selling. Now let's get into that message that I leave when it's time to throw in the towel for the lead, that I've called like over and over and over for like several days. Here's a hot tip. Two of the best days to call are Saturdays in the morning through the afternoon and Sundays in the afternoon through the evening. I've learned that, well, you can usually book as many appointments while calling on Saturdays and Sundays during these shorter times than on weekdays calling through the entire day. You're welcome. Now, let's talk about that message I leave when I've been calling through the same lead for several days, and they don't answer the phone. The intent of the call isn't to get the prospect excited about why you're calling, but to simply get them to answer the phone out of curiosity. And yeah, guys, I promise this absolutely works. So here's what I do. And I'm going to share two different messages for two different purposes. The first is to get them to answer the phone or call me back. The second message is how I set up the ultimate door knock. Ring, ring. Hi, Mary. This is Doug. I've been trying to reach you for a while now. I hope everything is okay. Give me a call or maybe I'll try back later. Talk to you then. No, I do not leave my phone number because part of this is I want them to think that maybe we know each other. First, this message lets them know that you are not a pesky overseas telemarketer because of your voice and the way that you left the message. And second, once they hear the message, they're often curious enough to answer when you do call back like 30 minutes later. So you kind of need to plan it out that way. When you leave that message, just make sure you plan on calling back at least 1 or 2 more times. The next step is to set up a favorable door knocking experience. You're finishing up your calls for the day. You have leads that haven't answered all week long or all month or forever, and you're going to be in the area to door knock the lead tomorrow. So here's the message that I leave the night before. Ring, ring. Hey, Mary, this is Doug. You mailed in the little card requesting the special benefits for Social Security recipients here in Florida. I'm going to be in the area tomorrow, and I was hoping to speak with you for just a few minutes. Give me a call back, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. 954-394-2014. We'll talk then. Some of these folks will call you right back, and now you've got an opportunity to set a really good appointment. For the prospects who ignore your message, here's the cool thing. When you do show up and come a knocking at the door, they're going to most likely have already heard your message, right? And they're not going to be totally surprised when you say, hi there, here's the card that you sent in, where can we sit down real quick? When this process is done correctly, the prospect is, well, they're more likely to be open to giving you at least a few minutes. Keep this in mind, guys. They absolutely know that they filled something out and that you're just doing your job trying to reach them. The key is to leave a really, really nice and polite message and to not come off as pushy, but to come off as, well, professional. It's simple. They just need to know that you are there to help them on the information that they requested. For a copy of the appointment setting super file, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com for more information on learning how to sell Medicare Advantage for those huge lifetime renewals and or final expense for those upfront 9 months advances, and yes, 100% as an independent insurance agent. That's how we do things. Just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.